The return that never ends. They said he would return, not as a whisper, not as a memory, but as a man stepping out of the sea. The promise 1819. The smoke of war still clung to the hills around Grahamstown when kukaNxele stood before his people. He had led them warriors, believers, the desperate against the British guns in the Fifth Frontier War. They had charged with faith stronger than iron, convinced that bullets would turn to water, that ancestors would rise, that justice would finally breathe. But the guns did not soften. Men fell, the earth drank. And so Makanda, the prophet, made a choice no warrior should have to make. He surrendered. "I will go," he said, his voice steady as stone, "so that you may live." Before they took him away, he left them with something more dangerous than war hope. "I will return." The island 1820. They carried him across the sea to Robben Island, where winds cut like knives, and the ocean spoke only in endings. But Makanda did not belong to endings. Even there, among chains and salt and silence, he remained Nxele, the one who walked between worlds. Then, one December night, he acted. A small boat, too small, too fragile. He and others pushed into the dark waters, rowing toward freedom. The waves rose, the wind turned. Near Blueberg Strand, the sea swallowed them. The boat overturned, and Makanda disappeared. The British said nothing. No body was returned. No grave was marked. And so the story did not end. The waiting. Years became decades. His people kept his belongings. They refused the finality forced upon them. "He is not dead," they said. He said he would return. Children inherited the promise like a sacred burden. Fires carried his name. Elders watched for signs. And a phrase was born, Ukuza kukaNxele, the coming of Nxele, a hope stretched so long it became something else hope deferred. The long silence. Generations passed. Historians would later write of him, separating man from myth. Books would analyze his role, his beliefs, his resistance. But the people did not need explanation. They had the promise, and the sea had never given him back. The first return 2013. In 2013, something stirred. From Robben Island, a symbolic journey began. Rituals were performed. Words were spoken. They said his spirit was being brought home, across the waters, back to the Eastern Cape, back to the ancestors. Some said, "At last." Others whispered, "This is not the return he promised." The renaming 2018. In 2018, Grahamstown was renamed Makanda, a name restored, a history acknowledged. But names are not bodies. Recognition is not return. Still, something shifted. His name stood in daylight now, no longer only in memory. The return. And now, they say, the sea has been restless. Near Blueberg Strand, fishermen speak of strange tides. Elders dream of a man walking out of water. Children ask questions that echo across centuries. What if he comes back now? The meaning. Perhaps the return was never meant to be literal. Or perhaps it always is. He returns in resistance, in memory, in every refusal to accept the endings written by others. He returns in language in Ukuza kukaNxele, a phrase heavy with longing. The sea, stand at the shore. Listen, the waves still break where the boat overturned. And if you wait long enough, you may feel it. Not certainty, not closure, but possibility. That some promises do not die. That some returns are still unfolding. And that somewhere between the water, the people, and the past, Makanda is still returning.